they are fighting for, it's actually sending a lot of agricultural produce to the USA and the UK.
Okay.
We majority of the land that is owned by the Ruperts and the Oppenheimer in Stellenbosch and in Franjuk, majority of their produce, the wine that is made there, goes to the USA. There's wine that you won't even see in South African shelves.
Okay.
There's grapes you won't even see in South African shelves. So we consume B-grade grapes. We consume B-grade nectarines, all your A and AA grade. There's 3 kinds of avocados that we don't even get to see in the South African market. They go straight to the USA. All our citrus goes to the USA. Prime citrus fruits, they go to the USA. That is just on the food aspect of it. Then let's go to the resources that are on land. Platinum, number 1, goes to the USA. Our uranium goes to the USA. Iron ore goes to the USA. Gold goes to the USA.
I think, can I remind you of something? Just hold on, my brother. I know I was talking before you jumped in. Let me remind you of something. Allow me to finish, then you'll understand where I'm getting at. Okay.
The reason why this sanctions is going to be hard, that is why even if you can check, they're talking about the AGOA deal. They don't want to terminate the main things that they sanctioned and when they were sanctioning Zimbabwe. They're not talking about that. I think sometimes if we read the executive order that Donald Trump actually signed, it was going to be very interesting, because we wouldn't be having this conversation now about these sanctions that you are talking about, because that executive order is not even at that level, you see. So it's you are presenting a sanction that you believe it's going to be critical for us, but it's not at that level what Donald Trump signed.
Okay, can I answer you? I think, let me tell you, sorry my brother, let me tell you, these things, it starts little by little. They are reading your reaction. What these people are doing, these people have studied us more than we think. Let's just
I think wait, you believe that white people have more power.
Hold on.
You believe that the USA.
If I'm making my submission and you are interrupting me, you are interrupting my train of thought. Please hold on. These people, like I'm telling you, these people, they know exactly what they are doing. They are not fools. They know exactly where it's going to hurt this particular sect of people more. You just mentioned what these white farmers take over there. These people are targeting where they know it's going to hurt you people or the black people more. They don't want you to ask about the land. The whole thing is targeted towards the question of land. Now you are trying to talk about the farmers and their export. It's still the same land issue. If we are going to ask about the land, or we're going to do land expropriation, or the government is going to have more rights about the land in South Africa, then the farms are also part of that land. The government has rights to say, okay, this land, where are you using it from? What authority do you have about the land? The question of land is what we are talking about. Where do you farm these citrus fruits? Is it not on the same land? Where do you farm all these fruits you are talking about, all these crops you are talking about? It's on the same land. So the land question must be answered, and you need a radical leader, and that is why they are going after Julius Malema, because they know that he's a radical leader. You need a madman. I'm telling you. Let me finish.
You are misrepresenting our own laws. I don't like that. You are misrepresenting our laws.
Let me finish. You need a radical leader like Julius Malema to be able to respond.
You are misrepresenting our own laws, but you want us to listen to you. There's nothing like you are very much vocal over something that I don't think you even understand what it means. The expropriation bill, it's not taking land from anyone. We are not taking land, for crying out loud. The bill is not to take land from anyone. There is a legal process that will be entered into before that land is even taken. If compensation needs to be made, it will be made, but at a correct value of that land. I don't think you are misrepresenting the law, but you want us to
difference between
listen
what
to
you said and what I said. You are talking about the same
can I
thing.
finish?
You are trying to sugarcoat it. You think people are dumb? Why do you think these guys are fighting you back? You think if they don't understand the law? They know the law. They know that it's a gateway. It's a gateway law, brother. It's a gateway. They don't want to hear it. Don't you understand? They know that the law.
No, I don't, and I don't want to understand your version.
But it's a gateway
I don't
law.
want to understand your version.
Sorry. I just want to jump in. I just want to jump in a bit, right? We're talking about expropriating land without compensation. We're simply saying that the land that was unfairly taken from others, right?
Exactly.
And they were not compensated for it, right? That is the battle, right? You came to my house, you took things from me, right? You found me there, you took it away from me, right? And then you pretty much told me that I can't. Okay, you came to my house, you found me there, right? You then came in and then you wanted to take ownership. You took ownership of that house without paying me for that house, without buying that house, right? And then you expect me to pay you for that house that you took from me without paying me. Simplest way to put it. I can't, like, imagine, I come, I take something that you were occupying, and then I kick you out. I don't compensate you. I don't give you anything of value. And then I come back, and then you come back, and then I tell you, no, you must pay me if you want access to this. That is what the battle is all about. That's all. It's not that deep. So this is basically for someone like Big Blokers, South African history, a lot of white people, took things forcefully, right? And today they obviously put up a lot of barriers, for things that they took, they stole, they just took unfairly. So people are now fighting back, and they're like, no, my grandfather told me that this land belonged to us, but we're not compensated for it. That's it. That's just what people are fighting.
Limitless, can I just jump in and also add on to what we saw in Hearties with Russell Khumalo, where they actually went in there to buy land, to actually do businesses. Lo and behold, they found people there that burnt their business and did everything to try to sabotage black businesses. And then it led to them doing a few digging. You can actually see Russell's interview. And to find out that for 100 years, these people have been paying just about nothing for the lands that they have taken in Hearties. But they want black farmers or black businesses to go in there and buy market value prices. But them themselves have not been doing it for the past 100 years. That's how they got the lands. And some of them don't even have title deeds. But then they want the black business owners to come in with these bureaucracies, the red tape that they always put for black people. And then they bring it back down to, oh no, it's actually just the noise. And we want to keep our culture and our way of being in Hearties. We don't want it to be. So it's that kind of thing that this bill also speaks to. And I think it's very important for us to put things in context and not how we imagine them to be, but just how they are.
Can I just say something before I drop off? So if we look at the challenge that the DA is putting against the Expropriation Act, they're saying that it's the ANC attempting to use it, like the gentleman said, I think it's Big Blockers, said about it being a gateway. Well, this is the belief that the DA has, that it is an attempt by the ANC to take land without compensation, whereas the Expropriation Act is actually for the government to take land that they're going to use for infrastructure development, and it would be done properly with a proper process. The DA says that there is a Restitution of Land Rights Act, and so there is no need for the Expropriation Act because they are dealing with the Restitution of Land Rights Act. Now, I don't know how many people know of the Restitution of Land Rights Act of 1994, and how many people have gotten their land or gotten any land back as a result of that act. So basically the DA is wanting to go back to an act that they say exists that is actually not doing anything in the way of restitution and ensuring that people who lost land get that land back. But they are holding on to the land that they took away and not wanting the Expropriation Act to be enacted. So I think it's a bit of them being disingenuous, and people who are against the Expropriation Act are basically saying that the original landowners have no right to that land, that the land, they were told they were going to get back land, and they never got back that land. Now they're adding on another act to actually make sure that land goes back to the people, and they're fighting so that that land doesn't go to the people. I think that South Africans need to ensure that they fight these, go back to that Restitution of Land Rights Act and see, has the land gone back to the people as per that act? Otherwise, if it hasn't gone back as per that, let's start working on that act and making sure that that land goes back, because they have that land, that act, they put it aside, they've kept quiet about it, and life has just gone on, and they've carried on with their lives happily whilst the masses continue to suffer, which I think is grossly unfair. And the same people went and ran off to go and report to Donald Trump that they were being removed and all of these things that are not happening. And yet nobody cares about, I think it was Gus Flint, about what happens to Black people who try and access land that they actually have the right to, because it does not belong to anybody. We see it in Cape Town when people go and build, yes, there's squatter camps, but they have nowhere else to live, right? They go, they build their squatter camps, and what happens? They have the red ants come there and destroy all of those, the houses, and burn everything and remove everybody there forcibly. I think the state, when it comes to land and people's rights to land and rights to housing and all of that, it's still being infringed on, and we are still going backwards and forwards with these types of debates. And time continues to go on. We had the first act in 1994. It's 30 years later. People still don't have the land, and now we're going into another act, and still nothing is happening. So then what's the point if we're going to just keep on having debates and nothing actually happens with these acts that are part of the law? Thank you.
So I just wanted to say that